channel, everybody. If you haven't already, hit the like, share, subscribe button for me. Join the VSLP Club. Turn on all post notifications by hitting the notification bell, so you stay in tune when I drop a video. I'm trying to drop every day, if not every day, definitely every other day, until further notice, or until I just stop. But that is the goal, to drop at least every other day. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. So today's video, I really wanted to talk about Granturismo, Maserati values, specifically Granturismo values and Quattroporte values. Yeah, because at this point, in the forums, in the Facebook groups, I've been seeing a lot of people putting the cars up for sale. I've been seeing a lot of people trying to find comparable pricing to buy a car. So I wanted to talk about the values, where I think they're gonna go, what's happening right now, and what's currently going on. So I actually sparked this video I actually saw a post on Facebook. Somebody posted in the group, I'm pretty sure it was in the group. Somebody posted a Granturismo, a blue Granturismo for sale for I think 11,000 and some change. Now the car needed a lot of work, paint work, engine work. I'm pretty sure from what it looked like, it definitely needed cosmetic work from what I could see. You know, which on this car is not cheap. So yeah, that's what really sparked this video. Now I have seen Granturismos, high mileage Granturismos for sale for as low as like 16. Now, guys that are buying Granturismos to invest in, guys that are buying Granturismos to hold, that don't plan on selling them, that are concerned where the value is gonna go. Not concerned, but want to know or curious where the value is gonna go. This is kind of who I made this video for. In my estimation, Granturismos, like I said, if you watch my previous video on Maserati values, is Granturismo and the Quattroporte V. In the video, I actually say that you guys are gonna actually have to wait some years for these cars to appreciate. I'm not sure why not everybody, but why a few people are buying this car as an investment piece. I mean, if you look at the history, an investment piece, like a fast flip investment piece. So, you know, holding it for 6 months or a year, or, 2-3 years, and then thinking that the car is going to appreciate. This isn't the car for that. Okay, Maserati is not the brand for, a fast flip, right? Unless it's an MC20 or something limited, and I don't even think an MC20 you could fast flip an MC20, because when they came out, they were in high demand, and you saw them selling for above sticker. But I don't know if that's the case anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But Maserati as a brand has never been one of those brands that, like Lamborghini, Ferrari, and even Porsche now, sell lifestyle. Maserati is a heritage brand. All of those are heritage brands, right? But Maserati the marketing doesn't really, it's not really where Lamborghini and Ferrari and Porsche is at, okay? Now this, the company, it could be due to a host of different factors. I really don't want to get into that. But I want to get, the whole goal of this video is to, try to tell you guys where I think the values are going to go. Now, in the prior video, you guys will see that I said that you guys are going to have to hold this car. This is a car that you hold, okay, for your kids, your grandkids, and when you're older, that's when you'll see the car appreciate. Again, if you look at the history, go look at the 60s, 70s, 80s Maserati. Well, not 80s. Go look at this, the Shamal, okay? But go look at the 60s, 70s Maseratis, and then you'll see where, I can get the estimation for where the values will go. Gran Turismo owners and Quattroporte V owners, the difference is with those two cars is that they share a lot of Ferrari components. They also share Pininfarina badges. Okay, so this is why these cars, in my estimation, do stand to appreciate in a few years. Now, that few years, guys, is like over 8 to 10 years. That's my estimation. Okay, a Gran Turismo and a Quattroporte V are gonna have to become classics first. Okay, because right now they're in a horsepower race. It's a 0 to 60 horsepower race. How many, and who can do it in how many seconds? So you gotta, if you add that into it, the Gran Turismo really doesn't fit this one. Okay, the Gran Turismo, the M145, and the Quattroporte V, those cars, they don't fit in this horsepower race. Okay, so once we get past this horsepower race, okay, once the car ages into classic car hood, okay, that's when you're going to see the values of them start to appreciate. Again, the MC, the two-seater MC from Europe will be first. Okay, the regular MC with the 4 seats will be second, European. Third will be the American MC. Okay, and I'm not counting the Centennial versions and the limited versions. After will be the Gran Turismo Sport, the MC Shift, but again, my estimation for these cars appreciating is it's an 8 to 10 year mark, 8 minimum, so again, a Gran Turismo is a car that a Maserati is a car that you buy and hold. Okay, go look at the older Maseratis, 60s and 70s. Okay, I'm just gonna ramble some off the top of my head. 3500 GT, Sebring, Bora, Cosman, the Maroc. Okay, go look at where those cars were a few years ago. Go look at where they were. Go look at where they are now. Okay, and the older you go in Maserati, the more expensive they become, especially when they're wearing a Pininfarina badge. Any car that's wearing a Pininfarina badge in the future is going to be worth, well, not that they're going to be worth, but they're always worth. Those are always the cars to appreciate. If you look at Ferrari, right, those cars appreciate exponentially. Okay, and that's the one thing that the M145, the Quattroporte V, that's what they have on the side, is they have a Pininfarina badge. Okay, Pininfarina badge, Ferrari components, Ferrari collaboration car. Okay, even Gran Turismo owners, the first Gran Turismo design was snatched and made into the California. Okay, the Gran Turismo, the M145 Gran Turismo that came out, okay, was a replacement design for the original Gran Turismo. Okay, and this is what you guys have to understand, that all of this stuff, let's fast forward 10-15 years at Barrett Jackson, and a Gran Turismo comes on, okay, with 10,000 miles, right, 5,000 miles, whatever. Okay, or let's go to Pebble Beach, okay, and somebody pulls a Gran Turismo on stage, and we all have, my generation is gray hair and old, has grandkids. They're gonna read all of this stuff on the microphone. Okay, this is what you guys have to envision in the future. All of this stuff is gonna be read on the microphone. Okay, this is when Maserati was under Ferrari ownership. Okay, and they had the same engine as yada yada yada. But this is a cross-plane crank, so it gets a different sound. This is the last engine Ferrari ever produced like this. Okay, like, you guys gotta imagine and project yourself into the future, and then you guys can see when this car is, gonna become what we all think that it's gonna become. Okay, classic wise, that's how it's gonna go. Okay, the car is gonna be a better classic than it was a modern car. Okay, again, because of the horsepower race came in it, just like the technology race. Okay, where the first iPhone looks, the first iPod, looks ancient, but, as time goes on, it gets appreciated. It's going to be the same, with certain cars of this time period where they kind of got caught in the beginning of the race, and they weren't appreciated because, they just kept making new stuff, faster, higher rate of top speed, crazier looking, but really faster in the 0 to 60 time, and that's what I'm saying, you guys. Once you realize, once we get past that and it gets into something else, probably, by the time, it'll probably be electric or something with electric, but that's when this car will become, more valuable in a sense of where we believe it should be. Okay, where everybody in their mind looks at the car and believes that it should be. I think in the future, the Granturismo definitely is a six-figure classic car. Quattroporte V is definitely low miles. Definitely, if not 6 figures, close to 6 figures. Because you have to understand that all of these engines, all of this stuff is gonna go away soon. Okay, you guys can see the AMG engines. There's no more 6.3 bi-turbo. That's done. That day is gone. So, again, for the guys who want one of y'all, you better start collecting now. Because again, that day is done. So, you guys are gonna really have to learn that. Not learn, but patience is one thing. Okay. Again, imagine in the future, project yourself into the future, and on the auction stage, or watching Barrett Jackson, or watching Pebble Beach, and them reading, go watch it now and see how they do it, and that's how they're gonna do this in the future. But yeah, that's how they're gonna do this in the future. So you guys got to be patient. If you're buying the hold, just hold it. Put it in storage if you don't want to drive it. But hold the car. Take it out to car shows. You see kids rev it. And the reason why I say if you see kids rev the car and take it out to car shows, because the more the car is seen, by kids, okay, the kids are the ones who are going to determine the value of these cars in the future. That's how it's going to go. Okay. In terms of the big money cars and all, that's how it's gonna go. The kids are the ones who are gonna determine the value. So when they point, rev the car, and really, every little bit helps. It might sound minimal, but at the same time, there's not that many Granturismos around worldwide. So again, every little bit helps. But again, it's a car you gotta have patience for. This car, okay, Maserati. Let's put some of the other brands out there. So people don't believe that it's just Maserati you gotta wait for. Maserati you gotta wait for. Aston Martin you gotta wait for. Bentley you gotta wait for. Rolls Royce you gotta wait like 100 years for. Okay, once they appreciate, they appreciate. What else? Trying to name some of those high-end brands. The only brands that really I think appreciate, on a fast flip is like Porsche, and certain Porsches, 911. I don't know about the Cayenne, but I know the 911 and all the different variations of it. For Ferraris, Lamborghinis. Well, there's very few brands that you guys can buy and hold for 2-3 years and then flip it. Or buy and drive for 2-3 years and flip it. Like there's certain other cars under certain brands, G-Wagon, Lamborghini truck. Oh, I already said Lamborghini. Other supercars and stuff like that. But again, this is a car you buy, you hold it, and you got to be patient. Same thing with an Aston Martin. You buy, you hold it, you got to be patient. Look at the prices of DB9s and a V8 Vantage right now from 08, 09. Even up to a 12. From where those cars, the MSRP on those cars are. It's the depreciation is ridiculous. So even on a Bentley, on a Rolls, on most of the cars, the depreciation is ridiculous. It's really just, to me, Porsche, Lamborghini, and Ferrari. It's certain, it's really only the 911, and again, there's not that many cars you can do that with. This is not one of those cars. I mean, this is one of those cars you buy, you hold. It's a collector car, and it is. It's a buy and hold car. Buy it for a few years, and you have a few other cars you can drive, so you can keep the mileage down. And eventually the car starts to appreciate. Once your kids are, adults and have kids, and then you start to see it, appreciate. But again, look at the Bora, look at the Maroc. When this car is that age, the age of those cars, this is when you'll start to see this car really start to go up exponentially, in my opinion. Again, because of all the components, Pininfarina component, you got a Ferrari component, you got the Maserati component. You got 3 different components to this car, so, and the fact that, the cross-plane crank Ferrari engine is the last one, and these engines, like, I've Googled the engine, I think from the 458, and this engine in the 4.7, and if you look at the Google images, they look extremely similar, so again, it's a car that you just need patience for. Just have some patience, the value will go up. But again, it's a buy and hold car. Again, I think minimal 8 years, you'll start to see the value on them start to rise. But again, it's a lot of patience. All you guys need is patience, I'm telling you, and you'll win. But again, look at the older Maseratis, and it can tell you where it's gonna go. Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap up this video. I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.